If we need more evidence for why we need laws like the SAFE Act in Ohio that we just discussed earlier with Pastor Gary, two parents in Michigan have sued their local school district, alleging school officials were calling their middle school-age daughter by a masculine name and pronouns and concealing it from the parents. So the parents, Dan and Jennifer Mead, only learned of this through a report mistakenly sent home. But fortunately, they're not standing alone. They have help. Joining me now to discuss this is their attorney, Kate Anderson, senior counsel at the Alliance Defending Freedom and director of the Center for Parental Rights there at ADF. Kate, welcome to Washington Watch.
Thank you for having me on the show.
So a very brief overview of the Mead story. Fill in anything that I may have missed.
Yeah, so we represent Dan and Jennifer Mead, and exactly as you said, they were working very closely with their school because they had noticed some struggles with their daughter, struggles academically, struggles with her peers, and they were working on an IEP plan with the school when they came to find out that all this time they were working with those officials were hiding from them the fact that the school district had socially transitioned their daughter without their knowledge or consent, and actually was changing records.
Let me make sure I understand that. They were it wasn't like the parents didn't care, weren't in communication. They were actually working on the behavioral issues of their daughter in constant conversation. This was hidden from them.
Absolutely. In very close contact with the very people who were hiding this information. A counselor, in fact, that was changing the names in the records before sending them home so that the male name that was being used at school was then changed back to their daughter's female name when sent to the parents. And they only found out because this counselor missed a record. And so the male name came home. They began asking questions and found out what happened.
This would appear to be legally a slam dunk. Do not parents ultimately have the right to determine the well-being of their children and whether or not they're called by a pronoun or a name that's inconsistent with their biological sex?
Yes, parents have the constitutional and fundamental right to direct the upbringing and education of their kids. And it's important in this context because this is something this child was dealing with that was very difficult. She needed her parents with her. Indeed, she's doing much better now that she has her parents walking alongside that. That's why parents have the responsibility to raise their kids, a responsibility given to us by God. And when the school district hides information and lies to parents about important information about their kids, they keep those parents from fulfilling their obligations, and it violates the parents' rights and it hurts the kids.
Kate, I would like to say that this is just an isolated incident that just happened. But unfortunately, it's not, is it?
It's not. We're seeing these kinds of policies all around the country. And when Dan and Jennifer Mead confronted their school district about it, their school district told them, this is the way it is. This is a policy that we have. This is something we have to do. You just have to understand all this time that we've been lying to you. And it's something that's happening to too many families. It shouldn't happen to any, but it's happening to families around the country with school districts that have adopted these dangerous policies.
We're up against the end of the program, but what can parents do if they discover this and they find that the school district is hostile toward their concerns?
Parents need to know that they have the rights to protect their kids in this circumstance. They need to make these decisions. They need to know what's right for their kids, and the law stands behind them. So be brave.
All right. And they've got great friends like Alliance Defending Freedom. Kate, thanks so much for joining us today and updating us on this important case out of Michigan.
Thank you.